Hey guys, angry old man here. Well, I did my long run today. 3 hours on the West Fork River Trail. One of the things I want to point out today is that your long run should be when you're practicing for your event, your marathon. This is when we iron out all of the things that Mr. Murphy would like to throw his very best monkey wrench into. You look at your shoes, your socks, your underwear, your hydration plan, your nutrition plan, a scaled back version of your battle plan for the race. And this is when you practice it. That's what the long runs are for. Well, one of the reasons. Today, I went out and I took off, and my goal was to stay more or less in my aerobic zone. Keep my heart rate right around 133, 134. Now, the West Fork River Trail is very flat compared to most of West Virginia. So it does have a few little hills as you're going along. Nothing really to talk about like serious elevation, but there's a couple places that sneak up on you, and before you know it, you're climbing a hill or you're on an incline, and your heart rate's starting to climb a little bit as you're trying to maintain your basic pace. But it wasn't crazy. Today, my nutrition plan really came together. I was really happy with it. I used a combination of like these gummy chew things. I had a bad experience with them, but a while back, and I wanted to give them another try. And turns out, I think my first pack I ever used were just like stale. These guys were a joy. Or maybe they changed the formulation. I don't know. But they were pretty good, and I liked using them more often in my run than I do, say, an energy gel pack, and they worked out a little bit better for me. I also used a new brand of energy gel I've been dabbling with. And I really have to say, I like them much better than the previous brand I used. The texture, the flavor. I tried a few flavors. Everything was just better, and I didn't get any sort of tummy problems that I normally get when I'm dumping the big, thick, syrupy gels down my face. That's not to say I didn't drip a little in the old beard and get a little sticky faced. It does take practice, but that's what the long runs are for. I had good results with those. I fell down a little bit in my hydration plan. I really didn't think my route out as well as I should have when I started out today. I was sharing my workout with a couple folks, and they were doing a slightly different thing than I was doing, and I really just didn't think about it hard enough, and I ended up going for several miles over what I should have gone over for a hydration break or just a quick sip. Like along the trail, the couple places I could take an emergency hydration break were closed up, and I just didn't do it. And actually, if you go and you look at my pace, there's a spot around mile 17 or so, I think 16 or 17, maybe 15, I don't know, it was later on, but there's a spot, and you can see my heart rate climbing, and it's because I wasn't hydrated. I wasn't dehydrated yet, but I was leaving the comfort zone of having enough water in me and going down to my bare minimum. Um, I wasn't pushing my heart rate today either. I was mostly in my aerobic zone. So as I started to creep up and out of the aerobic zone, um, it was noticeable. I did keep my heart rate ended up being somewhere like right above the aerobic zone, like 135 or 136 or something, which is still way below my race heart rate level, which is between 144 and 151. That's where I like to keep my racing heart rate for marathon, and anything under marathon. I really don't pay much attention to it, other than push it till it, push my heart rate till the heart pops or stops, and that in itself is my basic strategy outside of marathoning and the dabbling in ultras. I have to monitor my heart rate a lot more closely. The reason being is the higher the heart rate, the faster the fuel burn. The less efficient your oxygenation is going to be. The harder your body's working. It's just like, if you put two identical cars together, and you drive them 500 miles, one guy putting his foot through the floor on the accelerator, going as fast as he can, as hard as he can. Not only is he going to risk breaking something in the car, or increase the risk of breaking something, he's going to burn through his fuel faster. He might get to certain checkpoints faster, but the car who is being a bit more cautious and paying more attention to fuel economy will more or less either beat him to where he's going, or will get there and the car won't look like it's been dragged through the mud backwards. So that being said, I think I got a little bit of room to improve. I really want to get this down pat this time, and I'm sticking with my plan. The whole time my mantra as I was running was stick to the plan, stick to the plan, stick to the plan. I was a little faster than I intended to go, but I wasn't under my marathon pace. I wasn't turning out 5K and 10K paces. I was well outside that range. The funny thing is, I had tons of gas in my gas tank at 3 hours. I really wasn't exhausted. Had I kept pushing, I would have probably, at this rate, could have kept going and would have probably PR'd my marathon pace on an easy day, which kind of makes me feel good. I'm kind of hung up in that weird area where I'm probably going to be really close to making my goal, and if I miss my goal, it's going to be by just the smallest of margins. But I'm probably going to PR in any case, because just based on just the way I was feeling, I was coming up on 21 miles, and I'm like, wow, I feel good. I mean, I felt really good. I wasn't really pushing myself. So, and I wasn't really stressing this workout out. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's all I got today, guys. I did my long run. I hope things are going well for you today. Again, all the guys that ran Boston, my gosh, you just impress me so much every day. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, guys. Hope you have a nice day, and always remember, run angry, my friends.